I'm Bo Blythe, and here I make my own fun. In this series, we're going to be playing a game called My Summer Car and building up the Satsumi from scratch with a little buddy I made, Randy.
Building a car is like trying to teach a cat to swim. Ain't going too well, but looks fun, right? Remind me of the time me and my cousin Jeb went trying to build a go-kart out of old refrigerator parts. Needless to say, it was a right mess. We ended up racing it down the hill and crashing into old Mrs. Thompson's fence. She never let us live that one down, and let me tell you, building an engine, that can be wigglier than a piglet on ice.
Alright, here we go. Alright, Randy, where should we start? Everything's just kind of thrown around. We have an engine block that we need to build. We got the everything on the inside of the car, the interior, the chairs, all that stuff we need to put together, as well as the suspension. Where do you want to begin?
Well, listen here, Bo. You can't just toss me a whole buffet of car parts and expect me to pick a dish. It's like trying to feed a gator a salad. Just ain't natural. How about we start with that engine block first?
Okay.
Getting that baby singing is like giving a pig a bubble bath. Real messy, but worth it in the end. Then we'll move on to the
Okay.
suspension. It's gotta dance smooth like, or we'll be bouncing around like one of them carnival rides. So get yourself some tools and let's make that engine look like it got a hairdo for the county fair.
Alright, so what do you write down here? Start with the engine block, clean the tools. Alright. But we will start with the engine block. Alright, where is that thing? There it is. Alright, cool. We have our engine block. It's pretty bare. We got a crankshaft, a camshaft, we got a head gasket, flywheel, some pistons, some bearings, rocker shaft cover, you know, all the things that we need to put together in this bad boy. Where do I go from here?
Alright. Now we're getting somewhere, Bo. This is like Thanksgiving dinner, but with greasy parts instead of food. So here's the deal. You gotta start with that crankshaft. It's the backbone of the engine.
Okay.
It's like the guy at the party who don't dance but keeps everybody moving. Then you'll slap in them bearings nice and smooth. This ain't no brutal wrestling match. After that, slide those pistons in and don't forget to wiggle them right, otherwise it's just a clanky mess. Head gasket right on top, and then slap that camshaft like it's your cousin Earl after too many beers at the barbecue. Trust me, it'll giggle a bit.
Okay. Alright, that's a lot of steps in one, what is it? Crankshaft, bearings, pistons, head gasket, camshaft, and giggle. Alright. Smaller? No. Deep breath. It's only the beginning. There, the first one I picked up. It just didn't want to work the first time. Alright. Flip this baby over, get some pistons up in here. Whoop, whoop. Alright, we are off to the races. I mean, not literally, because nothing's really done yet, but yeah, we got the pistons in, we got the bearings, and we got the head gasket. Feeling pretty good. Where are we going from here, Randy?
Well, shoot, Bo. Look at you go. Feeling like a rooster crowing at dawn now, huh? Next up, we gotta put that flywheel on. It's like wearing boots to a country dance. Makes your engine ready to kick up some dust. Make sure it's lined up right so we ain't spinning backwards like a dog chasing its tail. Once that's done, you can slap on the rocker cover. Them puppies keep the innards nice and snug. Then, it's time to line up the timing gears. Don't want to be running around like a chicken with its head cut off, you hear?
So, we got flywheel, rocker cover, timing gear. No? Wait, what am I doing? Flywheel, rocker cover. Oh, okay. Flywheel. Hey, it's the right size. Love when that happens. I bet the cylinder head goes on first. Come on, you know better than that.
Well, hot dang, Bo. You got me all twisted like a pretzel at a state fair. Of course, the cylinder head goes first. Smarter than a fox in a henhouse.
Yep, I
I should
tried.
have known. So, pop that cylinder head on nice and cozy like. Make sure it's seat good, like when you plop down in a recliner after a long day of chasing raccoons. While you're at it, check on them head bolts. Don't want to end up with them loosey-goosey like a drunk uncle at a wedding.
Head
After that, then we can put the rocker cover on and finish the shindig. Ain't nothing like a cold one to loosen up and make this engine building adventure more fun than a squirrel in a nut factory. Ain't I just a happy little camper now? Give me a sec. Ah, that hits the spot better than a honey bun on Sunday morning. Now where were we?
Feeling
Oh
like
right,
Sunday
making a machine that'll take us on a
morning.
hair-raising ride.
What do I do now? What do you say? Alright, that's not very helpful. Something? Think I lost you a little bit. We have the crankshaft pulley on, the camshaft, and the camshaft gear. There's a lot of open space here though, so what am I missing? Alternator sounds important.
Sounds like we might be missing something crucial here. That open space ain't just there for show. It's like trying to serve a meal without a plate. Ain't nobody happy with that. You gotta make sure you get the oil pump sitting pretty down there too. It keeps everything slicker than a greased pig going down a water slide. Don't forget about the timing chain or belt either, cause that puts the whole dance into motion, you know? Otherwise, we ain't going anywhere and we'll be looking as lost as a chicken in a snowstorm.
Oil pump. Okay. Oil filter, distributor. Oh, here's a water pump pulley. What do you say? Oil pump. I don't think that goes in yet, because there's something that goes on top. Ah, whatever. Oh. Whew. Love it when it's the first guess. Hey Randy, where does this here water pump go? I'm having trouble figuring it out. It looks like it should go next to the alternator. But maybe I'm being weird?
Well, I'll be damned, Bo. You ain't being weird. It's just one of them tricky puzzles like trying to find a sock in a dryer. The water pump belongs right up front, where it can keep that engine cool as a cucumber sitting in the shade.
That's what I thought.
You're spot on with it being near the alternator. Just make sure it lines up with the belt so it don't end up as confused as a one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest. Once you get it snugged in there, the engine will be ready to flow like sweet tea on a hot July day.
Yes. In theory, that makes perfect sense, and I see the place where it should probably go. But alas, it doesn't want to. No? Oy. Alright. Why? Is there something I need to put on before the water pump? It's just not going.
Sounds like you ain't giving that water pump enough loving. Before you smack that water pump on, you gotta make sure the timing cover is on first.
Oh, really?
It's like the porch before you put the front door on. Kinda important, you know? That timing cover holds all the secrets to your engine's timing and keeps the good stuff in. Once that's nice and tight, then the water pump will fit right in like a well-worn boot. So take a step back and let's swaddle that timing cover on there proper.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to take this off. That's fine. I'm so confused. What spins the wheel in there? Moving on, hopes and dreams. All right. Hey, was this timing chain just supposed to go on before the cover? I think it was. Damn it.
Well, shoot. Yup, I on act again forgot the golden rule. The timing chain should have gone on before the timing cover, like sprouts before the lettuce. It's a crucial part of the engine's dance moves, making sure everything hums along in harmony. So, before you cover it all up, reel that timing chain in to make sure it's on the crankshaft and camshaft nice and snug. Don't want it to be off by a tooth or two, or you'll be looking more lost than a goose in a hailstorm. Get that timing chain sorted, and then cover it back up.
Oops. Oops. That makes so much more sense. Big dummy. I even said to myself, like, how is this gonna spin anything? Alright, that's looking better. Yeah. Alright, well, we fixed that little error. The chain's on back there. Looks like we're gonna have to run to the store eventually for a timing belt. Everything else I think is looking alright.
Well, now we're cooking with grease, Bo. Good eye on that timing belt. Ain't no cars ever run smooth with a funky belt. If you gotta run to the store, make it quick. Ain't nobody got time for a trip to the land of expensive nuts and bolts. In the meantime, let's get everything else in line. Check those hoses, make sure they ain't wearing thinner than a tater chip, and double check those bolts are all snug down. Don't want to have a runaway engine, or you'll be paying more attention to that than racing. Ain't got a rush, but we sure are loving the progress.
You need anything while I'm out?
Well, looky here, Bo. Ain't you the kindest thing since sliced bread? If you happen to swing by the store, how about bringing me back some beers? Nothing makes a fine day building an engine better than a cold one in hand. And maybe a bag of them cheesy poofs? Can't be thrown away without a little snack to tide me over, you know? I'll hold the fort while you're gone. Just don't take too long, or I might start talking to the engine parts like they're folks.
Cheesy poofs.
Well, bless your heart, Bo. Finer than frog hair split 4 ways. I'll gladly oblige. A few more cold ones might just keep me in top gear for this adventure, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. Let's make this engine funner than a pig in slop. Ah, now we're talking. That's the nectar of the gods right there.
There you
Next
go, Randy.
up, I'll be giving advice that might not exactly fit a manual, but dang sure makes for a good time. So let's chug along and see where this wild ride takes us.
Hopefully it takes us all the way to winning the big race, you know? Let's get this baby on the lift.
Well, now hang on just a minute there, Bo. Reading minds? Y'all gone and lost your marbles. I ain't a fortune teller, just a old redneck with a talent for wrecking and racing. Thinking I'm sitting here with some magical powers is slipperier than a greased pig on ice. But heck, let me give it a whirl. I bet you're thinking, man, Randy's just rambling on again. Honestly, that's easier to read than today's weather report, ain't it?
Yeah, no, you caught me. You got me there. All right, Randy. We got the engine block up on the lift. We got most of it put together. And you know what? That means we're one step closer to getting this car on the road.
Well, folks, listen up. We're on the cusp of greatness here, like a fine biscuit just waiting to rise. And a little bit of patience goes a long way. You see, today we put in the sweat, the laughter, and a few wild stories while building this beauty. Remember, the road ain't always smooth, but we sure know how to make a mess of it in style. So thanks for joining us on this wild ride. Stay tuned for more shenanigans when we dive back in and get this car racing down the road. Keep y'all's engines running and your ideas wild.
Perfect. Great send-off. And we'll see y'all next time.